What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Madden Underground game of the week between VA Dimes and Diggs. This is an AFC Championship rematch of last season. Diggs currently has the ball, currently at the 45-yard line, 3rd and 8. He's flipping the play, going into a tight set. Got my guy Philly guy with me. What's good, Philly?
I'm ready. I feel like I saw this like 2 weeks ago in real life.
Hey, yo, it was 2 weeks ago, and it got that should have been an interception. But Diggs is not the same player. He hasn't been the same player since the AFC Championship. He's been a I'm not gonna say he's been a worse version of himself, but he's been a more contained version of himself. Um, he's taken more losses than he's ever taken in any season at Madden Underground. What do you think that is? Is the blueprint out? Is the jig up? Oh, and the passes are inaccurate. He looks rusty.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think that's what it is. I think it's a credit to the league. I think that his style was so dominating that the league had to get better, and now we're watching him actually get better. We saw him audible into that tight formation, and that's something that he didn't do in the past 2 seasons. So um, he's had to expand his game because the rest of the league caught up to him, like you said. It just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna say it wasn't good enough because he's been dominating. He's put up almost hundreds of points on players, 80s of points on players, and he's been a dominant force. But now we're at the point of where this guy can play. The league is caught up. I'm not gonna say the league is caught up, but it seems like they've caught up. He hasn't been the same guy that he used to be, or that he was before in games. So it just seems like maybe the league has caught up. I would say, to a certain extent.
Yeah, there's a couple factors for that too. You have the teams getting better.
True indeed. True indeed.
You also have to look at the opponents that he played. C-Jack beat him, but after how many tries?
Yeah.
Dimes had lost to him one time before and then won the rematch, and then here they are at it again. So it's just one of those things. Sometimes it really just matters on who you play and what their level is. Because like you said, he's put up a lot of points on a lot of non-playoff teams, but when he's going up against the best of the best, he just doesn't have a winning record this season.
Yeah, when he's played players that have been at an elite level,
Mm-hmm.
um, he's failed to produce to a certain extent. So I don't know what it is. Maybe the bright lights are getting to him. Maybe it's the players are getting better. I know the teams are getting better. You have to think about it. He had set feet lead ahead of everybody else in the league. Now a lot of quarterbacks have developed and earned that trait. So teams are passing better now. Great play right there, and that's a touchdown. Oh, I thought of it. He seemed like he was running pretty slow right there.
Yeah, he did. I don't know what's up with the jailbreak screen. I know my players have been tripping over people, and those animations. I got no control over that. So we would have expected for Chase to take that to the house, but it was a good play call nonetheless. But Diggs is defensively. He runs the meta defenses. Whatever is popular, he masters it quickly, and he's able to incorporate it, the adjustments, and these are things that Dimes is accustomed to seeing. We've seen him run the ball against his formation, pass the ball against his formation. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if Dimes is going to continue to be able to stop his offense from scoring, and he could pull out another victory because Diggs is not going to beat you running the football. That's not what's going to happen. He's going to air it out.
That would be a nice wrinkle to his game, though. I think that's the only thing he hasn't added was the run game. Like the run game would be a huge component added to his game. Like if he added the run game, he might be a little bit more dominant, in my opinion. And there's multiple people wide open. He just isn't able to get it to him. And great defense by Diggs, able to get the pressure there, prevent the completion. And
I mean,
Dimes is
you're
going for
you're
it.
right. I mean, you're definitely right. You think about the strengths and the weaknesses of any player in the league. Um, those that can run the ball very well, they're not the best passers. Those that are the best passers, they can't run the ball very well. And you had answered this question before about how the best players are the ones that are balanced. And if Dimes can convert on this 4th and 5, I think we definitely put him in that category because he's been running the ball, with success in his championship runs.
Yes, I agree. And shout out to Slim Ghost in the building. And the intercepting by Diggs right there. Huge interception. This is the Madden Underground Game of the Week franchise, Game of the Week, Xbox Pro League. We had a huge matchup. This is a rematch of the AFC Championship, those who you just now tuning in, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, even Twitter. We appreciate your viewership. But yeah, Diggs has another opportunity right here to try to capitalize on the turnover.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if he's able to do so. Great pass right there. And I think he would be so much more potent if he just ran the ball a little bit, just gave you the element to where you might have to play the run a little bit. Like, you don't have to play the run at all when you play Diggs. Like, pass coverage every down.
Yeah, I mean, he ran it on first down there, but, like you said, like, you can live with that because, he's just doing it to be doing it. It's not something that you have to really think about or worry about. But, he may be saving that for the playoffs. I'm just going to keep it real. I think from the games that I've watched that he's added, this tight formation, and also, he has the opportunity to run the football. And I think he's just saving that for the playoffs. I really do. Because I've seen him elevate his game a little bit, especially since everybody was giving him grief in Discord, which, I think you got to let sleeping dogs lie sometimes. If that's what they do and they keep losing, just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Because once you do, you start messing with them, and then they become that thing that you fear the most. So, he's looking good right now on the second drive of his. And I'm really surprised that, it's been a defensive battle so far because both of them have the ability to put a lot of points up on the board.
Definitely. And here we go right here. Dimes getting a little pressure. And a loss of yards. 3rd and 16 at the 47-yard line. Diggs has to put something together, man. He's been struggling badly. I think they both have in the first few drives that they had. Oh, and he got a man wide open up the sideline, and he's able to. No, he gets tackled at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I actually like that from him. Usually when I play him, he'll take his time to make reads. I feel like with Dimes has got him, he's hearing the footsteps. He gets rid of the ball a little bit faster, but that time he held on to it, read the defense, made the right read, and he has a chance to be the first one to put some points on the board.
He's going for a ran committed on a guy who doesn't run. He's not going to run the ball. Like, that's just not what he does. It's not in his arsenal.
No, but I think Dimes, he looked at the clock. He knew where Diggs was on the field, and he was like, you know what, I'm just going to give him the points, and then just go from there.
Yeah, I see B-Guard making his little banter, saying it sounds real old in the booth. Oh.
It's a good thing that we're on the air.
Yeah, because I was about to say something.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things we
light
can
your
say.
punk ass up, B-Guard.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we can say. You know what I mean? He throwing digital stones from behind the curtain. You already know.
I was about to light your punk ass up.
Yeah, you already know. You already know.
Oh man. But no, let me rephrase. I'm gonna give you a pass today because I gotta be politically correct right now. I'm trying to get back to my commentary. But
yeah.
No, we got a good matchup though. Let's see if Dimes can bounce back on this drive right here.
And I like his decision to let Diggs score because obviously he wanted to score.
And that play is always their post is so deadly.
Back and a half.
T. Higgins is gonna score. He's punching it in. And that was one play touchdown for Dimes right there. That's what we like to see from VA Dimes, man. That's what you like to see from VA Dimes.
Yeah, I mean, look, he gets a feel for the game. He makes that adjustment to the adjustment. And now it's Diggs' opportunity, to put some things together. He's got plenty of time. if he wants to try to drive down here and put some points on the board. But I want to see what kind of decision making that he makes to see if he's going to milk this clock a little bit and either get 3 or 7 out of it. But they're both on the scoreboard, so we know that it could be a major turn of events if Dimes is able to get a stop here. So we just have to wait, see what he can cook up with.
And we lost a huge commodity in the Madden Underground family this week, man. Godzilla, Roderick Higginbotham, passed away, man. And we're gonna talk about that more in detail. Just kind of give him his flowers this week, tomorrow on the podcast prior to the MCS starting. But shout out to his family. If anybody is interested in learning more about that, we'll have that information for you guys. If you guys want to reach out to his family and maybe possibly donate something or give your contributions to his family to assist in maybe his burial or whatever funeral plans they have for him, we'll have that information for you guys. That was partially why we didn't do the broadcast last week. We kind of wanted to just take a moment to reflect and give his family the time they needed to gather information or put things together. But we definitely want to show love to a guy that was a huge part of Man Underground. It was a huge part of the leagues that we run over the years, and somebody that was extremely valued in our community. So
yeah, well said, man. It was definitely an emotional time last week. And we always talk about this being a family and being a brotherhood. It was a complete shock. It's really hard to describe when you hear that type of news, because you think about how short life is. You think about all the things that you did that day, and to know that one of your brothers lost their life, it puts so many things into perspective. And he's a good dude. And you like you said, we had to pay our respects.
Definitely.
And looking forward to being able to finally do that on tomorrow's show.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was a huge shocker. I spoke with him the day before to wish him a happy birthday, and actually talked about getting him back into the league.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, just send the invite, So I was like, all right, I sent the invite, and he never accepted it. So I was notified the next day, like literally the next day. I was like, oh, he didn't accept it. I thought it was weird that he didn't accept the invite. And then I got the news that he had passed. So I was like, oh wow. So that was definitely heartbreaking and disheartening to hear. That I had just actually spoken to him the day before about rejoining the league, and I was about to reach out to him to find out why he didn't accept the invite, and it was brought to my attention that he had passed. So yeah, that was definitely something rough to hear, especially given how long he's been in the league for over 5 or 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
So him Mob, all the guys out there in the Bay, Zave definitely, I know he was hurt by it. So shout out to Zave, shout out to Mob, everybody that's close to him, real close to him. We're with you guys.
Yeah, definitely a family. And what time are we doing the show tomorrow?
Tomorrow it'll be at 2 p.m. Pacific.
Okay.
That'll be right before the MCS start. The MCS starts at 3, I think, Pacific, 6 Eastern. So
okay.
Definitely don't want to miss the show tomorrow. We'll be definitely talking about him in detail and, reflecting on some of the good memories we had with him as a league member, as a Man Underground member, a member of the community, things like that, as well as talking about some of the things that'll be going on in the Madden community as well. So
yeah, looking forward to that opportunity. And also want to give a shout out to Snipes, aka Weapon X.
Definitely
had his Weapon X program surgery today. Got adamantium put into his bones. My man gonna be the Black Wolverine. He's gonna come back. He's gonna be stronger than ever. You know.
Yeah,
So
so we wish him a rapid recovery too, man.
yeah.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying, everybody going through something, man. So like I said, hey,
Mhm.
treat your fellow man kindly. You never know what they may be going through or what they may be dealing with on their end. I know everybody, everybody's is has that competitive urge and thirst for blood sometimes, but sometimes you have to also check in with your peoples, see how they doing. Yeah, we getting old, man. That's what I said. We be like 10 years, 10, 12 years playing with y'all. You know what I mean? So I didn't even have my daughter's turning. I think she's turning 11 this year. So she wasn't even born when I first started playing with T Dot. So
Yeah, you guys are definitely getting old. And I will say this, man. I will say that that's part of the brotherhood we have here is that people it's
oh,
easy
touchdown.
to forget. Easy to forget that there's a real world out there, man. We get sucked in. We always trying to beat each other, and you in that Madden underground world, man. You get locked in. But I know that when it really comes down to it, I understand the value that people place on this league and the opportunity to play and some of the relationships. And, it's definitely all love. I mean, you can't be hating on somebody like that if you don't really have love for them. You know what I'm saying? And we all love this game and playing this game. So, um, yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. A decade, whole
Decade.
decade.
Decade. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's
Woo.
been playing with a lot of these guys for years, man. A lot of people think, oh, we just a couple guys playing Madden, franchise league, blah blah blah, playing tournaments, competitive. Nah, man. Like a lot of these dudes we know in real life. A lot of these dudes we've actually hung out with in their cities and places and things like that. So it runs deep, man. It's real friendships built over this game. So when you lose somebody, it definitely you can feel the impact of it.
Yeah, you definitely can. And I'm a little surprised that we got T Dot in the chat. I thought he would still be crying his eyes out after that ass whooping that the Eagles this weekend. I've been going all around the Bay Area, man. San Jose, Oakland, San Francisco. Man, Niner fans are losing it. Man, they all depressed and sad. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. You thought you was going to come into Philly? You thought you was going to come into Philly? Nah, bro. We leaned on them boys a little bit. Lean on the boys a little bit.
Hey,
You
Bosa
know
was a Bosa was literally a non-factor in that game.
Exactly. You know
We
what I'm saying? So I get to walk around, the Bay Area with my chest poked out a little bit. I ain't got to brag on it. You know what I'm saying? But I smile a little bit every time I see a tear fall from the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because they thought they was gonna come into Philly.
No, they said,
Nah.
hey, he's saying you got it. He said you got it.
Yeah, I know.
Bosa,
B guard is back. B
Bosa
guard is
literally
back.
got manhandled for like all of 3 hours.
Yeah. I mean,
The entirety of the game, he was being manhandled.
it was tough. Hey, wasn't there a picture like old B guard? He had pictures of the stadium,
Oh
the
wow.
49ers stadium and stuff like that. Didn't he used to rock with the 49ers?
No, he was in the 49ers Club Series.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. I don't think he was ever a 49ers fan, but I know he did. He did qualify and make the 49ers Club Series.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I bet you he took that down. You know what I'm saying? He got all his Eagles avatars now. Got his Eagle avatars now. But from what you've seen so far,
Yeah.
how do you expect? Do you expect for this game to come down to the wire, or do you expect for it to shift a little bit in the second half? Because Diggs did a good job of manipulating the clock, made sure he was the last person to score. And Dimes gets a chance to tie the game up. But based on what you saw in the first half, what do you expect in the second half?
I expect a lot more of what we saw. A lot of miscues, a lot of pressure, and a lot of big plays. It's going to be a lot of miscues because they're both going for the home run shots. You see Don scored with the post. I thought he would have went back to the bubble screen a few more times because it was there, or the smoke screen, or the jailbreak screen. I think it was there a few more times, but he didn't go back to it yet. But I expect Dimes to get back to this run game and maybe take a few shots later on in the game.
Yeah, it's really surprising to see Diggs play as conservative as he did in that first half, but that just tells you the quality of the opponent that he's dealing with. when you know that your opponent can put points up on the board, you tend to play them a little bit differently because they can get after you a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice cutback to the inside. TTC to the crib
Crib,
for the
crib, crib, crib. That was me being Snipes.
yeah. You gotta come a little stronger on that.
But no, hey, I see Woody shouting out you for getting that win over the Patriots, saying Philly doing some work over there, finally putting it together with those Jets, getting some wins.
Hey, shout out to the Patriots, man, because they're new to the league.
Yeah,
They came in.
Definitely.
They helped me out. You know what I'm saying? They came in, they smacked up C-Jack, and which I greatly appreciate. And I actually had a lot of fun playing with them, man, playing against them because they they running off meta stuff, and some of us, we like that off meta game. So I appreciate it, Woody. I think we finally put some things together. We've had the time to lock in, and a little tired of you guys, smacking me up and down the field. So
I know you didn't beat Philly. You didn't beat me.
I didn't, and I want to give a shout out to Blaze. I appreciate you making phone calls during the game.
No, it wasn't during. It was not during the game, brother.
It
was not during the game.
My sources said that he called you and provided you with detailed information instead of allowing you to get that ass whooping that you should have got.
Nah.
And you know what? I don't appreciate people teaming up on a brother, but I get it. I get it. Just how they do the AFC East, man. That's how they do it. That's how they do us.
I was just surprised I was able to stay awake during the game. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have a tendency to nod off when I'm playing you, and I was able to stay awake.
Because you was up 14, and then I scored 21 unanswered, and then it woke you up, and you was like, "Oh man!" And then Blaze called you. It was like, "Hey, I'm gonna tell you everything he's calling on defense. Okay, I'm gonna do this. We gonna figure this out together." And unfortunately,
I don't think that's what happened. But
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. If you got the receipt, just show the receipt.
I'm sure that's not what happened. But what I will say is that it's good that you think that way. It's good that you feel that way. But what I will say is, your game is still the same. It's exactly what we thought it was, and we got in and out with the win, unscathed.
Yeah, I'm no B guard. Okay, I know that to the victor goes the spoils. You've earned the right to talk.
Oh no. Hey, I will say this: my game against you was definitely tougher than any game I've ever had with B guard in the last 2 years. So,
thank you.
Not that that's a compliment, but I'm just saying, it's definitely a tougher game with you than I've ever had with B guard in the last 2 years.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, man. Look,
and Diggs is trying to put something together. You got an empty set, and he got a man wide open. He took forever to throw it. You got to throw it when that window opens. You got to fire it off. You got to let it rip.
You do, but I think he was afraid that maybe there'd be a little bit more pressure. Didn't want to fire it off too much. But like I said before, he's playing extremely conservative. This is very much unlike him. We're accustomed to seeing him just start slinging it, picking his plays really quickly, but he's out here, he's making adjustments, he's motioning people. He's
Is Don giving him a touchdown? Oh no, he switched that up. I was like, he's giving this man a touchdown.
No.
Okay, he switched the defense entirely up. Okay.
Yeah, no such thing. Just trying to give him a little bit of
good catch.
Yeah.
And Dawson Knox with the first down, man. Wow.
Yeah, that was a beautiful catch. Diggs has really emphasized his free-form passing, even though he has all these abilities. He's been undercutting routes, clicking on, catching the ball, and it's just one more thing that he's added to his game. So if he adds that running element like you talked about, B. James.
Diggs would be literally unstoppable if he had a run game. If he had a run game combined with the pass game, he would be unstoppable, in my opinion.
Yeah. Definitely that.
And he's got all the time in the world to throw the ball, and he throws it, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, doesn't get the touchdown, but he got the first down.
And you got to wonder, is Dime saving something for the playoffs? Or are they both pulling back punches, trying to save something for the playoffs? Because this could be an AFC Championship rematch again. It has the possibility to possibly happen. These two have been the favorites for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, actually, I think this is really, like you said, this is really more of a scrimmage for both of them because this game is important. For the seeding right now, MP and in the Indianapolis Colts are the number 1 seed. But yeah, I mean, this is really an opportunity for both of them just to kind of, good measuring stick.
There's a run. There's a run by Diggs, a rare sighting
Yeah,
of a run play.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, they're definitely pulling their punches, and if they do meet up again, then I expect for them to take whatever they can out of this game and put on the show for us again. That's a big if, though. The Texans are going to have something to say about that. Colts will have something to say about that. Chargers got a couple of forced wins, so now they're back in the mix. Titans got something to say about that. Dolphins got something to say about that. Chiefs got something to say about that. So, we'll see.
And this is an extremely huge matchup, and he wisely takes the 3.
Yeah, yeah. And I purposely left you out, Woody, because I don't want to jinx you. You had a good thing going
last
in
year.
season 1, and then I don't know, bro. Maybe
Woody has
on the show, you can explain what happened.
Woody has a tendency to I'm not gonna say fold, but when it gets to the heat of the moment, I don't know what happens. I'm not gonna say him. I'll say his team. His team disappears.
So you ever see that show? I think I could put in the word. You ever see that show? It's called House of Cards. I think that's what you're talking about. That's what Woody did in season 1. He built a house of cards, and it all came tumbling down, much to our dismay. And him and BKP. I mean, look, and struggling. They in the AFC North. Look, the AFC
great defense.
The AFC is.
He's still going for it. Aggie. He's
Just missed it. But but Honcho is over there in the NFC. He's holding it down. He's doing his thing.
Unless you got a PS5, you can jump in there. We got a team. I got a team for you right now. If you got a PS5.
You know what? Actually, you should give T-Dot the Bills. You can put him in my division. And then you can move Diggs over to the PS5 side of things.
Yeah, you would love to get rid of Diggs. Not that it would help out, because I think you're still being what?
That is not true. That is not true. It would help out tremendously. Unless T-Dot is running the meta, but you never know. He's disappeared for a couple years, so he could be, he could be Henry for all I know.
Yeah.
Could be Henry for all I know. So.
Got him.
Yeah, and that was actually a beautiful adjustment.
Yeah.
When you play Diggs is going to be coming. He's very much like you. He loves to run man coverage. He loves to send the heat. He makes the adjustments. And, Doms is doing a really good job of just getting positive yards, man. He's running the ball. Yeah, you like that cut?
He's out of here. Get off me. That's Joe Mixon right there.
And that's underappreciated. That move right there, that cut to the outside. I mean, again, if Diggs could add something like that to his game, like you said, the sky's the limit. He could be an MCS favorite. You never know.
An MCS favorite.
He could be. Hey. Look, it could be, man. Look, a lot of people, as they age, they chill out a little bit, add a little bit to their game. Personalities develop a little bit. They're not living in the basement of their mama's house no more. They on their own, standing on their own 2 feet. They got to socialize with people, and you get surprised at what they can grow into. You know what I'm saying? So,
I heard prior to this game, Diggs was in the weight room. So that means I don't know if he's trying to do what Jordan did to get back when Jordan was struggling with the Pistons, when he hit the weight room to get better. To beat the Pistons, put a little bulk on, but maybe that's what he's doing to beat Dons, hitting the weight room. But these two have they're due for an interception.
Oh, wow. We usually don't see that type of mistake. Obviously, Doms didn't get the animation. It's still a 3-point game, but
great stop, huge stop for Diggs.
Yeah, it really was. So, we'll have to see what he does with these. Next 5 minutes and 53 seconds left on the clock. Now that he's forced a turnover, has an opportunity to put a little bit more distance between himself and VA Dimes.
He said, "For the love of God, turn my mic up." I think my mic is up as high as. Let me see. Why is my mic low? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I'm guessing I guess basically he said you speak softly.
I don't know. Like he said, he can't hear me, but I can hear myself like loud and clear. But maybe you can hear me better now. It says okay, good.
Oh, there we go. What it was? You know what it was? It wasn't you. It was that squeaky. It's that damn squeaky chair that he got. That's what it was. That's what it was. He's probably
he couldn't hear me over a squeaky chair.
With the Toxic Boys, squeaking back and forth. He couldn't hear the game, and we all good to go now. So Diggs with the big completion, taking the underneath routes, just moving the chains.
Definitely. And we got, like I said,
that's what I'm saying. But if you're him, what do you do right now? Do you milk that clock?
Well, I don't think he has. I don't think he has the game plan or the personnel to. He could just take his time coming out of the huddle. But what if Dime stops him, and then that becomes the last drive of the game? So let me see it. Great play right here by Diggs. Bounces it outside. Oh, and I thought he was gonna strip that. I thought that was a strip.
Looked like the ball looked like it was coming out.
Definitely looked like it was about to come out.
Yeah, it's definitely a good read. I mean, you just got to wonder, with B-Guard being in the chat like this, what kind of job does he have that allows him to be in here heckling and harassing people on a Tuesday eve?
Double caked up. I thought you was about to say that too.
Hey.
I thought that's what you was going with it. I thought that's where you was going with it.
I was, but that's what I'm saying. See, you knew that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
You went right to
it. On a Tuesday evening, double cheeked up. Like,
shout out to B-Guard. He need to change his work schedule. We know he out there making that paper. Bring his controversial ass back into the booth. It's hard for people to hate on you when you're not even there. You got to be seen. But that could be disastrous. That could have been disastrous. That pressure came from the outside. Diggs, he released the running back, throw the ball in the middle of the field in the double coverage. He caught a break that time, but it looks like he's probably going to go back maybe to that play action or the slot out. Nope, motion to running back, so he's doing his little empty set. But the pressure gets to him again. That's one thing that's definitely underrated with VA Dimes is
he's bringing that heat. He's gonna bring that. Dimes gonna bring that heat.
His ability to bring heat. So he's got like a sixth sense when you don't leave your running back in. So great job by him. Now he's got 2 minutes and 40 seconds. He can drive down, score a touchdown, and win this game. But it's been everything that, we thought it was going to be. We knew it was going to be a good game. And, it isn't so much about the points because we know both of them can put up a lot of points on people.
Definitely.
But, this is a heavyweight fight.
Definitely. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Definitely appreciate your viewership. Just got to remind you guys that your viewership is greatly appreciated. Be sure to hit that like, follow button. If you feel compelled to subscribe, please do so.
Oh, they have to, man. We got the playoffs that'll be coming up in a couple of weeks. We got a lot of characters in the Discord. We got a lot of rivalries to renew, and it's you don't want to miss that. You definitely don't want to miss that. We also sometimes get some special podcasts where people get called out. Lists are read, names are dropped.
Definitely.
So 2 minutes, he's at the 30-yard line. How much more does VA Dimes? He's got all his timeouts. Does he continue to run the ball, or is he just going to start throwing it out?
He got time. He has plenty of time. He can run the ball. He can do whatever he wants. He has enough time to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the playoffs either, Honcho.
Yeah. No, that's not Honcho. That's Honcho undefeated. You know, you got to make sure you recognize his Super Saiyan form. That's the undefeated form of Honcho right now. So he don't have an L right now.
Oh, he is undefeated, isn't he? No, that's crazy.
See, there you go. You know, you sleep.
It must be nice to be in the NFC full of.
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
number 34 is booking it. Like, we got to get there.
Oh,
great
look,
move. Great move by VA Dimes.
Yes, as a runner, and I know you can run the ball too, BJ. Look, that move was nasty.
Nah, yeah, he got jiggy with it.
Yeah.
He hit him with that 1-2 step. Sierra would be proud right now.
Yeah, he did. Level up.
And he drags him into the end zone. Joe Mixon out there mixing it up.
Yeah.
Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling.
That was tough. You know, that's what I like to see, man. Like we talk about set feet lead and gunslinger and, you know, agile extender and big trust and all the other abilities you can put.
Oh, my God.
But, you know, we're talking about his ability to put the right abilities on the running backs and then make those kind of moves, man. Like we don't get a chance to talk about it enough. We just don't.
I'm just tired of talking about abilities. It sounds it sounds like we're commentating Pokemon. That's what it sounds. We got Squirtle here. He has the ability. We have Pikachu. He has the ability to do this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Look at that move.
You know.
But but great move by Dimes. And sometimes we gotta talk about the skill set of some of these players. I know their abilities help out, but you can't take away from the skill set of some of these players. And Dimes is definitely one of those players who has a huge arsenal and a lot of tools in the box when it comes to skill set.
Well, you see, that's the thing, though, right?
You can't teach that.
Good players, these abilities make them better because they know which ones to use. You know, it's hard enough to beat them. And they
wide open. You can't teach that. You can't teach. You can't. There's no ability for wide open.
No. There is no ability for wide open. You know what I mean? There is none.
Well, maybe there is, but I mean, like, just that wide open. You know what I mean?
No, that's play calling.
And Diggs he's already in position to win this game if he can just, you know, get Dimes to use those timeouts. And Dimes just seems like I'm not using them.
Oh. Well, you talked about it. You said Diggs doesn't really know how to play conservatively. You know, it's 2nd and 10. I mean, he took a hit there, but you know, you're not in field goal range yet.
No, he's not. He's not.
So, you know, trying to take shots down the field when all you need is a field goal to win, like it's not good football. It's not good football. But you know, 3rd and 4. He's definitely in field goal range right now. Assuming the Dimes is able to force him into 4th down, would you go for it or would you kick that field goal?
I would take the 3. Like, let's take the 3. He got the 1st down. You know, can you take the 3? Can you make the 3? You know, you don't want to give Dimes any time. You know, you want to take all the time off the clock as you possibly can.
Yeah, and I think Dimes is going to run commit here. He knows that he needs that time on the clock. Just wait with bated breath.
He said wait with bated breath.
Oh.
And there you have it. The heat is coming.
Yeah, and the horns have sounded.
And you know what's crazy? That's actually a sound at the Buffalo Bills Stadium, but in reality, that's actually outside of my house. So,
I know that. And you don't live in Buffalo.
No, I don't. I live nowhere near Buffalo.
No, you don't live in Buffalo at all. So, you know, B-Guard was definitely right. I'm pretty sure there's other people that felt the same way in the chat. You know, too much time on the clock. Regardless of the outcome of this game, what does this say about both of their chances to potentially win another Super Bowl?
They both have a huge chance. I don't know why he took the 3 so early, but I guess take as much time. He could have did a better job at running the clock. He literally could have ran the ball and ran the clock. But if he was gonna, take the three, but Dimes has a chance to get a shot, call a timeout, and one shot, call a timeout, take the three. The question is, does he have the play in the playbook to call? What do you call here, Philly?
I think he goes back to your favorite route. That's the post. So
that post is gonna be there. I'm sure Diggs is gonna be chasing it though. Diggs is definitely gonna be chasing that post.
Well, I mean, I think he's gonna audible out of this formation. He's gonna do a couple suspicious things, and then he's looking at the clock, going audible out of it. See, you know what I'm saying? And he might be able to catch him with the post coming to the other side. You never know.
You're gonna see. Here we go. This is it. Ooh.
Nice little underneath pass. There you go.
Ooh, now you gotta.
But you know what? Right now, that was a great play call. I mean, he's got a chance to take a shot at the end zone. So, I don't know if he'll be able. He probably could throw to the sidelines and get out of bounds. It's gonna be a little bit tricky.
It's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tight. That window's gonna be tight. If I'm playing, if you can't play if you play to the outside, that post is there. Dimes wins the game.
Yeah, and we know the Diggs. I'd be surprised if he's not in a man coverage defense right now, because typically that's what he does.
Oh, he didn't get out of bounds.
Couldn't do it. We knew that he was thinking about it, and hey, that was a great game, man. Like I said, I can't take anything away from either one of them. This doesn't change anything about either one of them, in my opinion. Like you said, they're both, going to be contending for their second Super Bowl. They still got to deal with the Colts, who are number one in the AFC. They still got to deal with the Texans, who are currently in the playoffs. Who knows who's going to survive in the AFC North? But the Dolphins will have something to say about that. But yeah. I mean, it was a good game. It was a nice little teaser trailer. Good little warm up.
Can Dimes miss the playoffs? It's very possible. It's possible that it's that race is tight. You got. I think four losses, you out. 5 losses unless somehow, because this is the week where this week moving forward after these week, everybody that's good has to play somebody that's good. There's no way out. You got to play somebody tough. So every week you're gonna see these power matchups like the Diggs and Dimes. You're gonna see the Cal Bears and MPs. You're gonna see the Woodies versus Dimes, the Woodies versus BKPs, the Strugglings versus. You're gonna see these power matchups. Now in the NFC, it's anybody's call over there. It's anything can go, anything can happen over there. If you're in the NFC, you could be 0-7, 0-10, and you might have a shot at still making the playoffs. Honcho's over there having a field day, So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. We got in other news too. I want to announce that we got a lot of players jumping into the PS5 side. If you guys are interested in jumping into the PS5 Pro League, we have a few openings. We're gonna be booting a few players. So we got guys like C-Jack.
What up, Madden Underground? This is C-Jack, aka Chris Action Jackson. I'm representing the Baltimore Ravens. Let's get it. Bah!
That's it. Is that the dramatic pause? We got guys like C-Jack?
Yeah, we got guys like C-Jack. The people on the screen got to see him talk his talk over there. He's over there on the PS5 side representing for the Ravens. So, it is
another good Madden 23 team, huh?
Definitely.
You got Dolphins and Ravens.
Dolphins and the Ravens, man. So we might have a few more teams open up on the PS5 side. So if you're interested in participating, make sure you sign up on the website. We'll be contacting you ASAP. But with that being said, what did you think of the game? Because it was a good game, right?
Yeah, I definitely thought it was a good game. Like I said, we know both of them are pulling their punches, like you said. They're getting through the game. They come away with a win. That's great. But I didn't see really either one of them pressed to win. Like you said, they know that they got to run through the gauntlet these next couple of weeks. And, there's no point when everybody's watching, for you to pull out all the stops. So
definitely agree with that.
I think we're going to have a lot of good-ass games.
And Diggs is the winner, C-Jack. If you didn't know, Diggs was the winner. Diggs won. So
Oh, he knows. He gonna check them standards. He gonna log in and check them standards. He know.
definitely. But with that being said, make sure you guys tune into the podcast tomorrow at 5 p.m. Actually, 2 p.m. Pacific. That's 5 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna be starting a little early because we got the MCS kicking off tomorrow at 6 p.m. So make sure you guys log in, check it out, man. So we'll be here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 5 p.m. Eastern if you guys are on the East Coast. So we'll be talking about a lot of things, talking about what's going on in the community. We're talking about the leagues, what's going on in the leagues, who's hot, who's not, and what we can expect moving forward, man. So make sure you guys keep it locked, and we'll see you guys soon.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
What happens if I'm not able to watch that live? Like, let's say that I'm not living the B guard life, and I can just do whatever I want when I'm on the clock. If I'm not able to catch it, is there any rebroadcast?
Oh yeah. Well, you can go to you can follow us on YouTube, Madden Underground, and all the podcasts are on there. And also it'll be uploaded. All this podcasts will be uploaded to Spotify this weekend. So if you have Spotify, follow Madden Underground on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or things like that. So you'll be able to hear all the podcasts that we've done over the year, and check them out, man. All of them have some gems in them. I recommend anybody that's tuned in. There's always a gem or two in the podcast that we broadcast. So make sure you guys don't miss out. And yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's it. We'll have a game of the week next Monday. So make sure you guys keep it locked. We'll advertise that on the Twitter and on the website. So be sure to if you want to participate in what it is that we're doing here, go to visit maddenunderground.com and click on leagues. Register, get your name in our database so we can contact you when teams become available. So make sure you register, and we'll be in touch.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Black Phoenix. His tournament was great. Kicked off the weekend, had a lot of great football we got a chance to watch, and yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the podcast tomorrow. And again, being given opportunity to show some love to Zilla. So.
Definitely.
Wait for tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow, man. You guys stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.